Fred Bear asked Vice President Harris some good questions that speak to the state of our politics, and further drilling into them can help people better understand the lay of the land. Let's start with Harris's claim that former President Trump is exhausting people and Bear's follow-up.
People are exhausted with someone who professes to be a leader who spends full time demeaning and engaging in personal grievances and it being about him instead of the American people. People are tired of that.
If that's the case, why is half the country supporting him? Why is he beating you in a lot of swing states? Why, if he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
Well, Harris responded by saying it's not supposed to be easy.
It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%?
Listen,
are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people.
Here, Harris deflected to Trump's verbal attacks on others and is suggesting the military or National Guard could handle a political foe like Adam Schiff, which does merit follow-up in its own right and has drawn a lot of coverage in its wake. But that left the questions that Bear posed about why the country is so divided largely unanswered in that interview. And they're important questions because in a polarized nation where people don't often step outside of like-minded circles, those questions come up a lot. For Harris supporters, how can half the country be for Trump? And for Trump supporters, how can half the country be for Harris? And many on each side may question whether those on the other side are misguided or stupid. And this is where a more detailed response to Bear's questions could help some on both sides see the race in a different light. We'll start with the obvious. First, people do tend to support candidates who share their positions on either a majority of issues or the issue or a couple of issues they care about the most. Harris and Trump take different positions, and that naturally divides the electorate. What's different is that it's an even or near even split with very little to no movement. People are mostly locked in, deeply passionate, and leery, if not fearful, of the other side.
It's not enough to say the other side is wrong and here's why. It's almost an immediate step towards demonizing the other side. They're not just wrong on this issue, they're evil.
So going back to Harris's claim, while Trump does verbally attack and demean his adversaries, it does not exhaust many people, because that's how a lot of people communicate, especially online. Our culture has changed. As USF Professor Emerita Dr. Susan McManus put it, we've gone from watching reality TV to mimicking reality TV to becoming reality TV.
Reality shows, regardless of what it is, whether it's wrestling or, some sort of talk show or dating program or whatever else, the one that can be the most vicious with their opponent is the one that gets people excited. We have come to that where, combat politics is pervasive, just like combat is the common word that you see in a lot of these reality shows. The society itself has changed.
As the media splintered into thousands of sites and channels that tend to focus on either right or left-wing commentary, and as more people rely on social media for their news and information, and the algorithms play up whatever stokes passion and anger and plays down the rest, well, that plays up and normalizes vitriolic language, and it also separates and isolates a lot of people into factions in which they're only exposed to like-minded people. And the algorithms keep pushing stuff that just reinforces their pre-existing beliefs. And as research from Yale Law professor Dan Kahan shows, people are wired naturally to disregard evidence and facts that can contradict the political positions of their social group. In other words, people will even embrace unfounded positions and ignore evidence that refutes them if they think that taking those positions will maintain their popularity and acceptance within their group. Like it or not, that's why, as a nation, we're pretty evenly divided now. And it's why most people are locked in. It's why there's little to no diversity of ideology within the political parties. And it's why we have this clash of two passions in such strong language. And it's why each side is so leery and far apart from the other in our current world of money, power, and politics.